You're listening to the Super League Pod, coming up on episode 153 of your favourite Rugby League podcast. We've got all your feedback and shout-outs, news from around the world of Rugby League, a visit from Yoko Ono. We do our bit for the LGBT community. We also review this weekend's Cup semi-finals, as well as previewing the upcoming first round of Super 8 and qualifiers matches. And then finally, at the end of the show, I pick girlfriend against best friend in the battle of the trivia. Strap yourselves in, kids. It's time for your favourite Rugby League podcast, the Super League Pod. Okay, hello everyone, welcome along to the Super League Pod, episode 153 of your favourite Rugby League podcast. I'm joined, this is Tom, as always, and I'm joined in the podcast studio this week by the squeaky-voiced teen off of Simpsons, by all accounts. How are you doing, sir?
Is it squeaky? I just thought it was scratched.
There were a couple of times.
Right, yeah. I had a hectic weekend.
You're so greasy. Yeah. But you've had a good weekend.
This is the voice of a semi-final victor.
Yes, it is the voice.
The voice of singing loud and proud for 80 minutes and beyond.
Well, we'll get to the specifics of why your voice is so croaky in a little while, Mark. But how are you? Apart from the obvious, how's your week been?
Yeah, good. My sister's been over from America. She's still over. So that's been awesome because it's the first time I've seen her since like last April or something.
Yeah.
And with her husband. It's the first time I've seen him since last Christmas, like the Christmas before last. So it's been a while. So yeah, they had like a do to celebrate their wedding a year after the wedding, sort of thing. Yeah,
they've been dragging it out of touch now, haven't they?
They have, yeah. Like they've done. Even Dougal was like, "It's not our first dance; it's our third dance." But yeah, it was great. My little brother Matt's band played as well.
Isla.
Played a bit of a set. Yeah, so everyone, all the big fans of Isla who's listened
sorry.
I don't know how you pronounce it either, but who've listened to the...
Well, I've given him an extra L for a kick-off, so...
Who's listened to the podcast early this year had checked them out. So yeah, it was really good, all the family and stuff. So yeah, I see everyone, and then it was quite the... hungover journey. Like, we all got in the... my uncle Liam picked us up, and my cousin Jay was up from down south as well for the do and for the semi-final, and my little brother Matt and my little brother Matt didn't get to bed till about 4:30
God bless
at my dad's
him.
house.
How's he getting on that morning?
He was not in good shape. And yeah, then we got to Oral to pick Cass up, and Cass was all like, he'd had a couple of pints waiting for us to get him, and he was all so bouncing,
wobbling around
and
like
excited, and chatty as anything, and we were all like,
Every credit.
But that was my weekend. How about you?
Very good, very busy. My boss paid for Emma and I to go to Miller and Carter for tea on Friday night, which was very
normally
nice.
When your boss gives a treat, it means like you're going to have to work it like the next.
No, it's to say thank you for the artwork.
Right.
This was like a you've pulled it out of the hat sort of thing. So we went to Miller and Carter for tea on Friday night, which was delicious. Saturday we went to Meadowhall, so I was very close to Doncaster in the semi-final.
Yeah.
But we went all the way to Meadowhall to go to one particular Harry Potter themed shop that then did not have anything that was a suitable gift for Emma's grandmother. So we got to go to Meadowhall, which, if I'm being kind, is not as good as the Trafford Centre, and I think I might be the best looking man in Sheffield, Mark, by virtue of the fact that all my front teeth are in, and I haven't got a neck tattoo.
I think that's just the Meadowhall crowd. I think
possibly
there is a lot of, but neck tattoos now are 10 a penny. You know, all the hipsters have them just as much as all the gangsters.
That's true. Yeah. That is true. But in both senses.
I always used to be terrified of people with neck tattoos. Now I just think everyone's got a fucking neck tattoo.
Do you know who I blame? Ryan McGoldrick. I think he might have started the fucking trend. Him and then Nathan Massey. But I'm going to give Nathan Massey a pass because I quite like him as a player. But McGoldrick, definitely, I think he might be the genesis of that.
I would be surprised if anyone from the rugby league side guys has had that much influence on the whole of society.
Possibly not, and yeah, maybe not. But no, so Meadowhall, went to Meadowhall, did a spot birthday shopping for Emma as well. Her birthday's coming up on Friday. Out for a couple of beers Saturday afternoon, where I discovered that if you go to Wetherspoons, they have an app that means you don't have to go to the bar. It's exactly that. You download their app. And have you heard of this?
No.
So you download the app, right? You tell them which Wetherspoons you're at, it locates you anywhere, you hook it up to like your PayPal or your card, and you sit there, and I'll show it to you in a bit, and you literally, it has like, welcome to Wetherspoons in Polton, the Polton Elk was the one I was at, and do you want to order food, do you want to drinks, do you want the specials, this, that and the other.
Was there anyone there this time, or was it just the two of you again like last time?
Oh, it was me on my own to start off with, because Emma had got to see a mate of hers, and she just sort of plonked me in the Elk for half an hour. So that's how I discovered the app on my second trip to the bar. And yeah, you go through and you order your little beers, and then the girl came. I know I sound more.
And you pay for it just through your
PayPal,
phone, yeah?
just PayPal or with your card, and just come out and they bring you a drink, which is really criminally dangerous.
Wow.
I would suggest. So, but yeah, so that was Saturday night, and then
more ways for us to get more obese, not making the trips to the bar in between.
Not even walking to the bar. If they figure out a way,
because they'll have like a Wetherspoons colostomy bag.
I was about to say, with any luck, we'll get a catheter system put in place, so we can all just sit there like we're plugged into the piss matrix and like just sit and consume. So yeah, so that was the highlight of Saturday, certainly more so than Meadowhall, and then Sunday. Quiet day on Sunday, but then I did one of the more middle class things I've ever done in my life, and Emma and I went to a local spa for a hydrothermal journey, which is at Ribby Hall, near us, 2 hours. It was on Sunday evening from 6 till 8 o'clock, and we just hung out in like the hydrotherapy pool and the hot tubs and the saunas and stuff, and I just melted. Basically, it was brilliant. It was really good,
right?
And not too expensive either, and got a glass of champagne at the end. So. That was a very nice, relaxing way to kind of
to retox.
Exactly, to retox after your detox. But yeah, so that was my weekend. I should say, I'll say at this point because I'm going to talk about it later on. Sarah Mackenzie got in touch with me privately. Scoots, you might all better know her as. After we talked briefly about PJ Masks.
Hero of Saturday's Instagram.
Yes, well, we'll get to the Instagram coverage in a short while, Mark, because we've got some bones to pick with people. But Stu's got in touch with me after we talked about PJ Masks, and out of the blue, just offered to knit Erin a PJ Masks mask of her favourite character, which is Owlette, and it arrived on Saturday, but Erin was back with me on Monday evening as we record now. So Erin opened it up, and there was a lovely little letter in there and some sweeties from her daughter Anna. So I'm going to get the girls I'm going to get Erin to write back as well, and hopefully they can be pen friends. But from my point of view, it was a lovely.
And it'll be easier to understand someone from Hull's writing maybe than they're
speaking.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they're all equally as understandable. Everyone from
Hold on.
She gets a pass from me today.
This is full circle on Hull. Well, not full circle because you're not back where you started yet. So full semicircle.
Yeah, exactly. I've pulled a 180 on it. But it was just a really kind gesture, and it meant a lot. And my little girl's hurt a leg recently, as I think I alluded to last week, and it made her day. So
this mask, apparently we've spoken about it before.
We've talked about PJ Masks on the show. I think it was either last week or at some point we touched on it.
Is there anything to do with Dr. McStuffins, which is about to start viewing on demand?
I'm recording them for Erin so that when she gets up in the morning she's got something to watch. PJ Masks is a Disney thing. It's similar in vein and style to Doc McStuffins and all those things, but it's about three superheroes who during the day are children and at night they fight crime, and one is an owl, hence Owlette, and there's a gecko and a cat boy. And it's actually pretty cool. I don't mind it. I don't mind a bit of PJ
Well, it's awesome anyway, the little knitted thing that you showed me, the good crocheted or whatever you would say, but yeah.
I have not tried it on yet.
Because
I don't want to stretch it out for poor Erin, but I was tempted. The first thing I thought was, can I get away with putting this on before Erin does? So that was my weekend, and that was my personal thanks to Scoots.
That's amazing, Scoots.
What a lovely gesture, so very much appreciated.
Well, she is a lovely lady.
Yeah, she certainly is.
Do you want to talk about Instagram?
Let's talk about Instagram now. I'd written a note to talk about it at the end of feedback and shout-outs, but we may as well address it now, because at the back end of last week's show, we had that epiphanous moment, didn't we?
It was like your best contribution to the show this year, I would suggest.
There you go. And essentially, my greatest contribution to the show this year is to outsource some of the work we do. So I won't...
No, it's to outsource work we didn't do before.
It's to
work that you were supposed to do.
I would have
the only thing you were supposed to do.
When I have attended rugby league fixtures in a Super League pod capacity, I have Instagrammed. I think you'll remember, I don't know if you recall as well as I do, the Super League Piddle photograph. There have been pictures.
Were they on Instagram? I thought they were on Facebook.
No, they were on Instagram too. We've posted them all. So, what we did last week was we decided that it would be a cool idea to offer the Instagram account out and let people who listen to the show borrow it. And whilst inundated would be an exaggeration, we certainly had a lot of requests for people who wanted to
3 to 4.
3 to 4, exactly. So, and it was the sort of people we were hoping to attract as well. Fatboy Rob got in touch, and he's going to take care of it.
See, I raised a question mark over him at the time, and my question mark was...
I think he thought, no.
But I know how much time he's got on his hands.
He has a lot of time on his hands.
In between dispatching his eBay orders, you know.
I don't know how far back into either one of our Facebook. Must be mine. I think it's me.
No, I think it's just a photo we're both tagged in that Steve Liddell took.
Because that must be 6 years old? 7 years old.
It was...
The full story of the picture that we're talking about is one that Fatboy Rob found of you and I snuggled up in bed together.
Yes.
Now, there is a backstory to this, and it's quite an extensive one. The reason that we took that photograph was as a revenge kind of thing to our friend Andy Smith, who's actually been on the show. He's a St Helens fan.
It wasn't. I don't think it was a revenge.
It was just an added insult.
So,
salt rubbing. Then
it started
when you nicked his phone at a party and took a video of yourself having a slash on it. That's where I was going to get to. You robbed his phone, filmed yourself pointing your piss piglet at the porcelain set.
This was before I really knew Smithy. I just thought it'd be funny because Steve Liddell gave me his phone,
which it was.
And I thought it was hilarious. Smithy didn't find it so funny and didn't talk to me. In fact, actively gave me dirty looks and then walked away from me anytime we were in the same pub together for a while. And so the next opportunity that arrived was when our friend Steve and Jane were house sitting for him. So we rocked up on a Thursday evening, took our shirts off, climbed into his bed
and made it look like we'd fallen asleep there. At this point, I don't think I've met him more than once.
No.
It's like, we're going to do this. I'm like, yeah, okay, sounds good. No bother. No bother. So, yes.
Yeah, this must have been 2011, maybe? 2012 at a push?
Maybe earlier, I think.
No, it was when I was with Emma.
Oh, right, okay.
So it was no earlier than 2011.
It was early days, though, wasn't it? It was early days for you now.
Possibly, yeah, because she found it a bit weird when the girls were all like, let's have
a bath.
Let's go in the
big bath.
Jacuzzi they had, didn't they? They had like a bath with spa, jacuzzi, bubble things.
She found that more weird than you and I hopping into bed together, which probably was, fair, given...
She did ask when the picture came up on Instagram, because I don't go on Instagram, I don't have it on my mobile, I have it on my tablet, but Emma goes on Instagram a lot, and she did ask when it popped up.
How recent is this?
No, she said, did you have pants on?
Yes, we did, and yes, we did have pants on, Emma. That's exactly what we did. We had pants on. But getting back to the topic at hand, Fatboy Rob has got the Instagram for next week when Salford take on when Castleford take on St Helens. But Dom Hodgson and Scoots took the Instagram for the Hull Leeds semi-final, and actually, it's really cool to look through the photos. I don't know if you have.
Really good story of
like they come together. They had a meeting up.
Dom's Day, like sort of building up, and then and then afterwards as well, you're seeing like the both sides of the celebrations. And
it was fabulous, and actually better than we probably thought it could have turned out to be. And that's a credit to the listeners getting involved. So that's something I think we want to continue.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
to get people to listen. So if you're at a game,
I don't think there's any more pictures of us with our tops off cuddling either.
Well, you'd be no.
Oh my god! And why has he not put the one up of you from Steve Liddell's stag do?
Which one's that?
The one where you read us anything, fell asleep on the sunbed.
I've not even.
When you peaked too early.
I've not even seen
4 o'clock on the first day or something.
To be fair, that was 4 o'clock on the first day in Spain, but I've been drinking all the day before. I haven't even seen that picture of me on the sunbed.
Oh wow!
I've never seen it. I'll have to get someone to.
Maybe you mustn't be tagged in it. Though.
Must not be. No, but there's plenty of photos from that stag do that are equally as embarrassing. I don't know why we're pointing people at that. What I would say is, if you want to get hold of the Instagram account, drop us a line. We'll give you the password. You can hop onto Instagram and post your experiences as you're out and about at Rugby League this weekend, because there's a full fixture profile, isn't there? Mm-hmm. So we'd love to get you involved. It'd be amazing if we could get people at every game this weekend. I suspect that would be a push, but if you're going to a game this weekend, hit us up. We'll give you the password. You can jump on, and you can be Super League Pod's Instagram account for the weekend and keep us up to speed with everything that you're doing. Yeah,
just like obviously because there'll be a few different people using it and stuff. Just put something so that people know who's
let us know who you are.
It. So if like you know if people know you by. Like Fatboy Rob, we know him by that, so he's just been putting, I think, FBR or something on the end of his post or something.
Yeah.
Just
let us know who you are and what you did. Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
Cool.
Okay, feedback and shout outs then, Mark.
Well, talking about people listening, meeting up, meant to mention this last week and forgot, but there's a possible SLP listener meetup in the offing on Wednesday the 30th of August at Headingley. There's a War of the Roses Legend game as part of Ryan Hall's testimonial year.
Brilliant.
And a few of the Leeds fans have suggested why not have it as a meet-up.